Hello everybody, it's a friendly foe, and today we're back with Doki Literature Club Part 2. You hear that, number 2? Never heard of that before because I haven't uploaded in a while. So, forgot what I was going to say, my mind went blank. Oh yes, on episode 1, I got a ton of feedback, it was like comment, view, it was absolutely amazing. Now, I read the comments, and one of them was to have the actual game files open, which I do, but I can't show you as that. It won't let me. But yeah, where it actually has the characters in it, like Monica CHR, Natsuki CHR, all that stuff. So I have those open. You'll find out why. But yes, let me turn up the game audio. Okay. Then now let's get the screen recording. Bam! Okay. So load game. I rewatched part 1 to see where we were to get a refresher. We have to write a poem and we have to choose words that we think that girls will like. So first we have to pick a girl that we like. So I don't really actually like a specific one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose one girl one day, another girl the next day, another girl the next day, and just go on, so on. So I'm gonna start with Yuri because she's on this side. She's like the one closest to the book. So she said she really liked dark stuff, horror, weird stuff like that, like extraordinary. Oh, okay. Well, that was a fail. That's right there. I right-clicked. Oh, okay, that's weird. Doki. I know Natsuki will like that. Disoriented. There we go. Sound. Jeez. Prophecy. Hit speak. Climax. Capable. Pain. Grief. Oh, okay. So you also like that stuff too, huh? Judgment. Sorry. Pout. Electricity. There we go. Unrestrained. Sorry. Hurt? This is kind of getting weird now. Sorry guys, I'm back. There was a little glitch. I had to fix it. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like I was doing Yuri's voice saying it. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the pages. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips through the page. But in holding it like this, we're held even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me? Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page, so instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn a bit on my own. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But Anthony, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Well, wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really don't know if you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's sort of kind of cute. No, stop it. You're in a literature club, not a dating sim. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Oh, I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales and spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to do this. It's not that. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sari and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sari is on a wrinkled sheet of loose paper torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, do we actually get to read their poems? Ooh, this is gonna be exciting. Let's go. Who should I show my poem first? Oh, you can't enter. I'm gonna go Sayori because she's been like my long friend. We walk to school every day, so she'll actually give me her true opinion. So I'm gonna go Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. See? She's my good friend after all. See? This is a good poem, Anthony. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course, it's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like what I said before, Anthony. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Ooh, let's go. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blind in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Oh! Did she write it this morning? Oh no. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write it? Like, this character and I are like, it's like seriously just guessing each other's words. No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It just came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hee. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to that. Who should I show my poem next? I'm gonna go Yuri because it was mostly about her. Because I'm going down the line. As Yuri reads the poem, I noticed her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth and ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separately from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is clearly gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by experience and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else Wait, one second. Am I recording my audio? Okay. Oh, I am, and that looks like I'm in the red section. Valuable feedback. Natsuki can also be a little bit biased, though. Biased? There we go. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ooh, I don't know if I'll be able to read this because it's cursive. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Is that bathing? Yeah. Calm, breathing the air of the present, but living in the past. Light flickers. I flicker back. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I also liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Anthony. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their words. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically comparing to the ghost, lingering in our last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more soul in putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so... Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Anthony. Me too. I want to see Natsuki because she said she was biased. So and I kind of wrote the poem about Yuri, so she's gonna hate it. Anthony, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. Wait, what? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort into it. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you better off trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, right? I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I mean, it's not that very much. Don't hate me. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because... everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it just puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with one last comment. I didn't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? Monica. Hi, Anthony. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to things bring up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share poems with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Anthony. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I had Monica my poem. Great job, Anthony. I was going, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. And I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism? Unlike Sayuri, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it by feel or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuisance. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure if nowhere near her at the level up. Don't worry about it, that's then. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not that you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean that I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh, I actually get a scroll. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? Noisy neighbor and angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I was at home. I'm here aside for a clue. No, can't see it. I reel. Blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Ooh, that's weird. Ooh, that's weird. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Let me scoot up. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gone pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between word and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. I need to scoot up, like honestly. Was that the inspiration behind this one? I want to see how long I've been recording. It feels like hours. 34 minutes. This day has been 34 minutes. I need to... What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. So you're trying so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So read your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sighed. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each other of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something to say nice, something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for your suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Anthony did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciated the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't. And Anthony liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, the music stopped. We're gonna get some real stuff in here now. My camera's gonna die. I'll be back. Hey guys, sorry I'm back. I had to go plug in my camera. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Ooh, now it's like sped up. Sorry, move the mic again. That's not what You're stand up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Anthony appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? And that you're full of yourself? If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go on my own, make everything I do over acutely. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the only one who's... Forgive me for saying this word. Booze magically grew a size bigger as soon as Anthony started showing up. Natsuki! I'm Natsuki. That's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was just standing there. Anthony, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. That's the point of making your poems all convoluted. For no reason. The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure out. Help me explain that to her, Anthony. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Anthony? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but about whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's going to be... Help me say Yuri or Natsuki. Okay, so... I just realized I look like crap. I'm gonna have to go... Oh, I don't know! Help me say Yuri! Natsuki glares at me, trying to put any words out of my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri! But Yuri's expression is so defensive that I can't bring myself to say anything to me. Sayori! Yeah! Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Anthony? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being, she would never. It's your maturity that made her upset in the first place. Or are they going to start fighting it and I actually have to choose one? Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki! Yuri! You guys are my friends! I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words, and Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that, and Yuri's are just fine as they always were. Big and beautiful. Was this so loud? Am I gonna get demonetized? Please stop bursting it. No, no, no. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. Be wild or be clever. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. Couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead sometimes, but it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes the two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Ugh. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little bit more. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Anthony, about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing. I didn't read it. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Anthony, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does this kind of thing happen often? No! That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew, you know, Anthony, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. I sigh. It looks like Sayori hasn't caught the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Shut up! It's a literature club. We'll just have to see about what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, so let's do this. So, when we go to the third episode, I will do Natsuki, because she's the next one in line. Okay, last time I said it was April 3rd. I uploaded the first episode on April 3rd. It is now May 16th. I'm so sorry, guys. So, if you like this episode, hit that like button. If you want to see more of me, which is an amazing guy, look at this, look at this. I have a good room, I have a Yeti mic, I have a good setup. Subscribe to me, like the video. Liking really does help. It gets me out there. It gets me, it just helps me a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Don't say die. I don't want you guys to die. I don't want any of you lovely people to die. You're all beautiful to me. So I hope you guys have a good day. Goodbye. Bam!